he sort of debuted some exclusive news where he was asked if Klepto is going to come back, and he said that we might expect.
Oh wow!
Or let's say he didn't give a definite, but he's like, listen, he talked to Roba, and Roba is on board with coming up with a new project. Nyashinsky is on board with coming with a new project from his mouth, though. Hey, this is not my news. This is his news. This is all him. So
yeah, I mean, okay.
Yeah, so he said that we could expect, allegedly, we could expect Kleptomaniac's reunion in 2025. Wait on it.
Yeah. Prezzo, I'm still heavy up in this game. Bado na wakilisha. Yeah, come on.
You heard about
Prezzo.
All eyes on me.
Prezzo.
You better act like you know.
Prezzo.
A homeboy's production. Mimini CMB Prezzo. Mimina walk up. Mimini CMB Prezzo. Na letter show. Mimini CMB Prezzo. Now a bigger rock, rugged and raw. Mimini CMB Prezzo. Now I kill it at 25
Yo, what's up, and welcome to episode 101 of the 30% podcast, hosted by yours truly, Afamefuna, and my fantabulous co-host, Sam Arijedidiah. Sam, what's
All
up?
the names. Every single one of them was going on, man. You guys have to stop.
I could have called you
I go by
Elia
Aaron now.
Penda, but I saved you from that.
No.
So thank me.
We're not doing that.
Thank me for
We're not doing that.
well,
I go by Aaron now. I go by, like, over the weekend I was outside and I wasn't introducing myself by Sam, and like now I'm introducing myself by, I'm going back to my former glory days where I used to go by Aaron.
Nowadays you're Aaron.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
It's part of the brand. I have to.
Listen, I'm learning new things about you every day.
Oh.
Speaking of,
Oh boy.
This is our 101st episode, and usually whenever somebody says 101, it's tied to learning, right? Like how to bake a cake 101, podcasting tips 101. Sam, have I got something for you? Sticking to our music industry theme, I have a quiz for you. Music industry
I was just
101. Are you ready?
When you suggested this earlier, I was like, is this going to be a quiz? I was almost about to say that. And I was like, no, let me trust my guy. But here you are. Just let him. All right, let's do a quiz. Let's do a quiz.
Are you ready, Sam? I will ask you 10 questions. And listen, if you're listening to this at home, you can play along.
Oh, gosh.
Question number 1. So this is Music Industry 101. Question number 1. What is a mechanical royalty? I will give you the options. A, money a songwriter gets for public performance. 2, money paid to a writer B, money paid to a writer for a song reproduced on a CD, record, MP3. C, money paid to a label for a song reproduced on a CD, record, MP3. And D, money paid to a performer for public performance. What's your answer?
Oh, you're going to hate me. I might have zoned out at B. I was trying to think about what...
Sam, the audience is waiting. We are waiting. What is
Can
your
I get my
answer?
Let me do like the spelling bee. Can I get my choices again? Can I listen to them again?
A, money a songwriter gets for public performance. B, money paid to a writer for a song reproduced on a CD, record, MP3. C, money paid to a label for a song reproduced on a CD, record, MP3. And D, money paid to a performer for public performance.
E, all of the above.
No, you are wrong. The answer is B, money paid to a writer for a song reproduced on a CD. Question 2. How much does an artist manager typically make? A, 15 to 20% of the artist's income. B, $50,000 to $100,000. C, 3 to 5% of the artist's income. And D, 12 to 15% of the artist's income.
So it's between A and D, but it also depends on if you have a good manager or not. If you have a good manager, then it's either A or D. If you have a bad manager, then the answer is E. All of your money, most of your money.
Sam, I can confirm to you that you are indeed correct. Typically, people take 15 to 20%, but some people also take 12 to 15%.
And I know a couple
Question
of managers
3.
who take 90%, but the artists don't know. Anyway, that's a conversation for another day.
That is actually what those people should report them to the authorities. Question 3. During what quarter is it thought to be the most difficult to launch a new artist? Quarter 1, 2, 3, or 4? A is 1, B is 2, 3 C, and 4 is D.
I'm going to say C or D. I am going to say C or D. D because it's the holiday season.
Wait, C or D? You mean 3 or 4?
Yeah, either 3. Yeah, either 3 or 4. But then if I had to pick one, I'd probably say D because music slows down during the end of the year, and
you are correct.
Look at me.
Sam is correct. I will tell people I did this quiz before, and I said quarter 1, so I was wrong.
Nice.
So Sam is doing better than me on that regard. Question 4. What organization certifies gold and platinum records? A. NARAS.
Not
B.
them.
CMA.
Not them.
C. RIAA. And D. NARM.
Not them. It's RIAA. It's obviously RIAA.
It's RIAA. And Sam, for your last question.
All right, let's go.
Or
let me see if I can get.
Let's do best out of. Okay, let's do because there's 10 questions. I don't
10.
know
We're not doing 10 questions.
We're not doing 10. We're
What
not
are
doing
we
10.
doing?
Okay, then let me ask the best out. Let me ask the best because the next question is what is an A&R, and honestly,
Okay.
bro, I'm
AFAM.
not asking you such an easy
AFAM.
question.
AFAM is an A&R. Go look up A&R in the dictionary and AFAM's name.
Oh, okay. Here is a nice question for your
Let's go.
final question. Sam, are you ready?
Yeah.
How much does a music producer typically make? A. 12 to 15% of the artist's income from record sales. B. 5 to 10% of the artist's income from record sales. C. 15 to 20% of the artist's income from record sales. And finally, D. 3 to 5% of the artist's income from record sales. Because
a producer usually will take 3 points if you're a if you're like an unknown, regular Joe producer. But if you're a bigger producer, you can argue for the other options. But I'm going to say the last one, D. 3 to 5 points.
Sam,
of the record sales.
I
have
can
to be right.
confirm to you
I have to be right.
that
I cry if I'm
you have a total of 4 out of 5 because you were correct. The answer is 3 to 5% of the
believe I
artist's
got that
income,
one
which, by the
wrong.
way, producers are scammed.
Yeah,
but
bro,
anyway,
it's a whole
listen,
scam. It's a whole scam, fam. It's craziness.
Let's go.
This is good. Look at you. Look at you.
80% on the
I
test,
feel
man.
good. You're making me
Let's
look good.
go.
You're making me look good. You loved easy questions. That
And
was an
that-
alley-oop. That was nice. Thank you.
And that, guys, is Music Industry 101. Sam, how have you been?
God have mercy on my soul. Oh, anything for content. I'm cool, bro. I'm cool. I'm chilling. I'm coming off a weekend of being outside, and I have family around with me. That's always nice, seeing my peoples and eating. The good thing about family is when they come from, like, for me, when they come from Nigeria and they bring like Nigerian food. Ooh, bro, the egusi and the ogbono soup has been banging, bro. Like it's been good times, man. God bless family. So anyway, that's been cool. I was out this weekend, man. I was out this weekend.
Again.
I was out.
Bro is
Yeah.
out
2
so
weekends
much
in a row.
these days, man.
Yeah. I was out this weekend. I went to two different spots. So I was at Collo was having his listen. I don't know if you guys know Collo. Collo is an artist in Kenya, a Kenyan artist. He part of the legendary group Kleptomaniacs, and he's done actually a couple of incredible singles on his own, which is really amazing. But yeah, he had a listening party for his project. I think he's thinking of relaunching himself as an artist. He was popping back in the day, and then I think he went to corporate for a while, did a couple of things, and then he became gospel. He moved into gospel, and then he dropped a few songs. He won an award for Bazokizo, and then he kind of went a little bit silent. So now he wants to like release more music. So he had a listening party, invited couple of people to come and play some tunes, some stuff he's been working on, which was cool. Yeah,
Yes,
man, it was
sir.
an interesting event. It was held somewhere in that I'm not going to mention it because I'm probably going to get it wrong. I'm terrible with directions. But yeah, it was a dope event, man. It was hosted
You
by
said it was Agwin's Kodek sides.
yeah, around that side.
Okay.
Yeah. Close to that area.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was hosted by Abigail Diana of Ongeza Volume. She did a really, really great job on that.
Just
Shout out
turn
to
up
her.
the volume.
Turn
Turn up the volume. Sorry.
The volume. So yeah, so that was cool. It was very chill. There was food, bro. I keep making a bad mistake. So me, I have this whole thing where when I'm outside, I don't eat because when I was younger, I used to be really self-conscious of eating in public and looking weird eating. But everyone else is eating, so there's no reason for me. But now that has stayed with me. So when I'm outside, I don't eat. I almost regretted it because the food was looking pretty. It was looking pretty good. And when I got there, everyone, like, you got there, then we were eating and DJ was doing his thing. There was a band outside playing. And everyone was just like chilling, having food and kicking it. You should have seen me, bro. Me, I was at the corner, seated, looking. I was dressed in all black. I was just seated by myself, looking like a doof, bro. It was just crazy. But anyways,
I can picture that so vividly in my mind. I'm sorry.
I don't like this so vividly on that, but yeah. So so I was just there chilling. The show started. It was cool. Collo came out. He came out and he did like a whole thing around the room. I don't know if in listening parties this usually happens, but he did everything around the room. He dapped people
Yes,
up.
sir.
Respect, bro, love, thank you for coming. So that was cool. That took like a good 5 minutes. And then he sat down, talked us through the previous songs he had sort of released, including the most recent one he did, which was the Gen Z anthem. And then he demoed like 2 new tracks that he's working on. They sounded like they're still a work in progress, like he was just recently working on them or something like that. I don't know, but let me not say that. They were not finished tracks. So he just wanted to get the crowd's reaction and see what gets the people going, I guess, like, crowdsourcing of his immediate future drop, which was good. One of the songs really got like attention where he started it and everyone was like, stop, play it again.
Pull up.
Yeah, exactly. It was actually a pull-up situation. And so it was dope. Then he had like a question and answer, talked about the songs and the...
Hey, why was he stealing our swag? Q&As were invented by us. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, we invented question and answer in the 2020 what? Goodness. But no, so yeah, he did that. So that was cool. It was informative just hearing his perspective on things. He didn't do I really wish he would have done a deep dive into like his psyche, but he didn't want to do that because he said that even told the crowd that he's a yapper and if he starts, he's not going to stop. So it's like he just wanted to keep it brief and simple. So we did that. A couple of good questions were raised. One of the major ones was, what was it? I think it was a couple of people were in attendance before I get to that. And some of the OGs, some of the crew of back the early 2000s, mid 2000s. Nameless was in the building. Frasha was in there. Big Pin was in there.
Frasha.
Yeah. So yeah, there was a question of having like, and like what we do on the podcast, like having serious conversations about what happens in the industry now from the perspective of the OGs, the new Gen Zs, as Nameless was trying to put it. But yeah, those kind of questions, and then so it was cool. Just hopefully something comes out of that. It definitely sparked some ideas for me in terms of like the direction conversations could go and what could be done to engage like people more in terms of the music. And then finally, he sort of debuted some exclusive news where he was asked if Klepto is going to come back, and he said that we might expect.
Oh wow!
Or let's say he didn't give a definite, but he's like, listen, he talked to Roba, and Roba is on board with coming up with a new project. Nyashinsky is on board with coming with a new project from his mouth, though. Hey, this is not my news. This is his news. This is all him. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so he said that we could expect, allegedly, we could expect Kleptomaniac's reunion in 2025. Wait on it. So yeah, that was that, man. That was interesting. So we did that. The show was over. Talked, dapped it up, and then really quick, after that, I dashed over to Bao Box. Never been there before. So that was cool. The boys at Umoja Sounds, Provoke was playing. Beatty was on there. He did a performance. Shout out to him. Frederick Muller did a performance. Shout out to him. And then Mutori and Provoke were the main acts, and they were just like up there doing production stuff, like live producing, going into the crowd and stuff like that. So yeah, that was dope. That was a good weekend. It was a great, very eventful weekend. Chilled with good company.
Oh.
What did you do?
Interesting. Sounds fun. Yeah, I'm getting mad FOMO, man. I really fuck with Collo. Collo is usually such a nice personality.
Yeah,
he has
is.
such a good energy about him, to be honest. For me, this week didn't do much of note, although I did go for I went for an event. It was the Naira party hosted by DJ Sydney Love. So they were having an event somewhere in Brooklyn. And I was just like, okay, Afro rave, so it's gonna be a bunch of Ozeba, and a bunch of like, you know, at least Africans and stuff like that. So I just thought it would be a nice idea to
Go out.
go and see
go out
what
and connect with your
that's
roots.
about. Go and connect with my roots, exactly, and see this DJ Sydney Love, who I guess is very, very popular. So went for that. It was cool. The sound could have been a little bit better, in my opinion. But yeah, it was good being in a setting where like it's just primarily African music. And I was on my Sam, and when I say that, I mean I was
not going to make
just
that a
kind
thing.
of taking in the event, analyzing the beats and trying to figure out how to replicate those sounds in my production. So
Yeah.
I was on my Sam. That's what I mean when I say
Boys
I'm
need
on
to
my
go-
Sam.
Boys need to go out and enjoy themselves. That's what they need to learn how to do. Have to go out and enjoy yourself. Actually enjoy yourself. Don't go out and work.
It was actually enjoyable. No. To be honest, it was enjoyable listening to the because I'm trying to get more into Afro beats, and it was interesting to see what vibes got the people going, and like what drum patterns especially, and were they really rocking with the usual basses, or were the amapiano log drums doing it for people, and just trying to see, you know, what exactly it is that gets people in the mood. Just analyzing. But yeah, that's the most interesting thing I did in my week. Sam, what happened on the news
Yeah, man.
in the news this week?
So the past couple of weeks we saw UMGs. They look like they're getting serious. Like they've in the past couple of
They
weeks,
have a plan.
They have a plan. Yeah, they've snapped up two Kenyan acts. Of course, we talked about Njerai being signed a couple of weeks ago. And then recently we just saw that producer, superstar, mega producer, kuna hitmaker, Vic West.
Unani kuna.
Gosh. Yeah.
Sorry.
Apologize for that one. So he's their latest acquisition. No, it's not acquisition, they're not buying him. He's their latest signee.
Bro, I'm so sorry. Whenever anybody in the music industry says I'm into acquisition, I roll my eyes and I'm like, bro, like, please. People sometimes they say these things to sound so smart. I'm like,
smart,
bro.
No.
Anyway, go ahead.
So yeah, Vic West was signed to UMG East Africa. And this is interesting because he's not an artist, he's a producer. So that's sort of different from what Njerai.
Where? Nah, are you saying producers are not artists?
I mean,
Sam?
no.
Being
now,
a producer
now you're getting
yourself.
into semantics. No, I mean, so yes, he's an artist. We're all artists, right? But then we all do
Thank
art.
you.
But his primary art is music production. Does that scratch the itch in your brain?
I am satisfied.
Thank you. So yes, of course. So I mean, it's very simple. They look to be probably from what I've seen about the different articles and stuff that I've read. It looks like they're trying to use him again. Like what they're doing in Jera is to push the Kenyan, not push the sort of local sound global, which is what they usually say. Vic West during the signing said that signing UMG feels like a perfect opportunity to take his sound to a global platform. And of course, Universal having the tools to help him get there. So that's really cool, man. First of all, shout out to Vic West. This is cool. I like to see new things happen. Of course, they've happened before, but then we're talking about UMG now. So that's like, it's almost like a different type of deal. So yeah, man. What do you think? What are your thoughts on Vic West?
What are my thoughts? I think ultimately I have to say congratulations to Vic West, because that's big. I mean, I'm a music producer, and every producer wants to kind of get into a situation that's gonna further their careers.
Yep.
So
make it a lot easier,
I want to tell him congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I just want to, so we don't know too much about what the deal is, but what I do know, I feel like this will open the door for him in terms of who he can work with. I feel like UMG has a rich roster of artists in Africa, from whom he can kind of see how to work with. So, bro, if I'm in Vic West's shoes right now, it's go time. Like, this is now when you work your hardest. For me, if it's me, I'm like, okay, the first thing I want to know is what UMG artists are releasing when, and how can I send beats, or how can I be part of the production camps? What can I do to be part? What can I do to be part of these projects? That's what I'm doing. And then I'm putting everything down, and I am sending in 20 beats a week. I'm grinding, because bro, I want to get on these like songs with people internationally, because this is how your brand just like grows, and people will hear that tag on songs from art. Exactly, they'll hear it, and then bro, you become like a household name.
I have a question
in the continent.
I have a question on that though. So do you think Black Market Records suffers? Furthermore, and all these other guys who have been closely affiliated with him, and he's really pushed in terms of releases, and like Black Market is one of the labels that just keeps dropping. Do you think Black Market suffers from this signing, or do you think they stand to benefit also?
Interesting question. I don't think so. I don't think they suffer, because I think he could still work with his Black Market
label
artists that we usually hear him with. I don't know if there's a conflict of interest, but I don't see how they suffer. Also, bro, there are so many producers. If at any point Vic West decides, I don't know if I want to work with Black Market artists as much, it's not like he's irreplaceable in that sense. But I feel like that eventuality that I've just stated is not gonna happen. I feel like he'll just keep on working with the Black Market artists. So I don't know. I feel like
it'll be good to have a balance, because the better he does, especially since he plays a very vital role in Black Market's music, the better he does, I think the better the artists within the label do also. So I see that. But yeah, like I said, I think this is a massive opportunity. So I have a bit of a controversial-ish take. Ooh, controversy!
I actually think, so, okay, I think this deal could be really, really successful. Almost more successful than the Njerai deal. And here's why. So Njerai's deal has a way higher ceiling, in the sense that Njerai could become an international star like Tyler or something, and now we're talking about her in the conversations with all these greats and everything. But a lot of things have to happen for us to even get there in the first place, right? And UMG East Africa and Chinasa and his team would have to make all the right moves. They'll have to invest everything in the appropriate ways in terms of marketing, etc., to get Njerai where she needs to be. And then she'll need to do the appropriate collabs and have the appropriate shine and be in the right spaces and all that type of stuff. But the thing about like producers is we have so much like range. Like so in my assumption of what this deal could mean is that this greatly broadens his reach as a producer. And if Vic says, bro, I'm just gonna sit down and work my ass off, he has so much potential to reach so many different artists all over the world. And I feel like it's easier for a producer to do this than an artist, because a producer like doesn't have to, one, like branding is important, but it's not as important as an artist. So he can just be a producer and just work like a lot behind the scenes to get his name in the
Different spaces.
in the songs
Yeah.
with these artists
Yeah.
whatever. So I think this is a very smart move, especially for Vic. He just needs to like really, really know that what he has right now is very, 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 very special.
Yeah, he's put in a very
And-
like good opportunity.
Yeah.
Opportunity.
I think
to
he's
shine.
in a very, very good spot. And if he takes it, bro is gonna like really, really blow up. But it's all on him now. Like he needs to, well, also UMG and stuff, but like Vic just needs to,
yeah,
like,
I was just about to
double
put
down.
that point in where there's two things. One, UMG has to. It's really cool because now we're in the age of like the artist producer, right? Where producers are a little bit more out there and their names are they're not as behind the scenes as they used to be maybe in the last decade. So hopefully UMG would know what to do with him and him and his team also. Like I hope that there's a good synergy there where they both work together to make this a positive thing. And then again, like we say with a lot of people who get signed, I hope that the deal is a good deal. Just because of trauma. Producer, I just have producer trauma. But I hope that the deal is a good deal and that Chinasa and his team are working to see a positive aspect to the business side of music,
yeah.
Yeah. But man, shout out to him.
These UMG guys seem like they're thriving, bro. I just be on Instagram seeing the UMG team like hanging with Ira Star, like when she was out here. Listen, it looks like
industry.
they're making moves. They're making moves. It's exciting.
I think who they sign next is going to tell me a lot of things in terms of what they're trying to figure out and what they're doing.
They need to sign this podcast in their podcasting division. That is so shameless. What I've done is so shameless, guys. I'm so sorry.
God, I'm embarrassed on your behalf.
That's
those views are AFAMs and AFAMs only. But no, so
yeah, until it works and we are swimming in the money.
Anyway,
in the money.
But no, yeah, I'm looking forward. I don't know how many people they are planning to sign or all that business, but it'll be interesting to see what
I think they should. I don't think they should aim to sign so many artists. I think they should sign maximum like 4 artists and just or even 3 artists and really, really focus on those artists. Focus on building them, and then maybe look to expand. But I think they should just like minimize the number of artists they're signing and really maximize on the output. Yeah, speaking of output, Sam, according to Sauti Soul's BN, why do I sound like a media outlet right now? They made 100 million Kenya shillings from last Soulfest.
100 milli. That's nice.
Imagine that. That's nice money. That's a good bag. That's like, that's good. It can pay for your bills. So apparently, in the Ikonini podcast, he had mentioned that they sold about 70 million Kenya shillings worth of tickets, and they did 10 million or so just from selling merchandise, and with including sponsorships and everything else, they did 20 million. So in total, they sold round about 100 million Kenya shillings. And he's saying that if that's the case, essentially, because this year they're gonna expand the lineup. So it won't just be Sauti Sol. They're looking to include urban tone artists as well as other rumba artists, right? Whether it's the new school or the old school rumba artists, like this stands to be very lucrative for Kenyan artists and stuff like that. So, yo, bro, how do you feel about those numbers? Do you think they stand to generate more revenue in the new iterations of Soulfest? And do you agree with the move to make it purely a local experience? Because with the money that they're generating, I'm sure they would have been tempted to involve like international acts.
For sure. Okay. What I got from this is I need to be outside more, honestly. I need to go for a lot more of these festivals. Because when I read 70 million, I was like, wait, what? But sitting from your house, you think that 70 million is a lot for Soulfest. But then I guess it's just because maybe my thoughts will be different if I was on the ground. That's a lot of money. Now we don't know how much of that is like profit and how much is going into like paying back the show or like curating the show. I would like to know what that ratio is. I would think, honestly, I could be wrong, but I would think that they do over 50 for putting up the show, and then maybe their profit margins are a little less than what we would think they are if you saw a big number like that. But anyway, this is cool. I like it. It's definitely a big revenue stream. I like that they want to use that and like not fine tune, but then focus on local music, rumba and other styles of music, and that's really cool to me. I don't know if it's 100% necessary, in all honesty. While I do enjoy that, I would say that a majority of the show should be local and Kenyan. But it'd be good to sprinkle a couple of people in there just to pad and boost their numbers. I don't know if I'm wrong on that. But I could be wrong. I like it though. I like it.
Wait, by people you mean move. Like international acts?
Yeah, international acts. You don't even have to go far. Like you don't have to go and like book a Drake or Tyler the Creator. Like you could just let Tanzania, South Africa, But if it works and they're able to pull off those same numbers and the engagement that they're looking for with local acts, then I'm all for that. Like, let's do that. And then whenever they need to, they'll involve, other countries and different industries. So, yeah, man, it's really cool. Shout out to them, man. These guys they've put on a really cultural show where it's starting to be like a thing for them. So, I really do hope that it works out well because it's doing decent things for the Kenyan music industry, as far as I can tell.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Shout out to Sauti Sol, honestly, man, and the whole Soul Gen like
planning committee.
Because, bro, they're really and with that money, like the whole industry is benefiting because there's so many people who get paid to offer services, like all that type of shit. So they're really they're doing good. They're doing good with this show, and a lot of people are benefiting from that. So, yeah, man. Sam, what else was happening in the news circuit?
We could talk
That's
about
a horrible French accent. What's wrong with me?
This is a rather interesting one, and we don't have to dwell on it too much. But then, recently saw because I talked earlier about Collo being transitioning from a secular artist to a gospel artist, right? And so the latest intro, and that's the thing we've seen with a lot of Kenyan artists where they turn gospel at some point. But the latest that we've seen was CMB Prezzo.
All eyes on me, Prezzo. You better act like you know Prezzo. This is a Homeboys production. So me CMB Prezzo.
The way you rushed the production is killing me. Why did you do that? But yeah, so yeah, Prezzo his manze amebadilika manze. He's ameokoka. Amekutana na Mungu, yeye na Yesu wako pamoja sasa. Jackson Ngechu. Yeah, so he's decided to turn his back, right? As the church will say, turn his back on the world and secular music.
On the secular.
And embraced a gospel path. It's interesting, man.
Yeah.
He's the latest inductee into, inductee is a weird word to say, but he's the latest convert, I would say, into, musician convert into it. So it's just interesting. I don't really know what to say about
musician
this.
convert. Yeah.
It's just, we just see a trend. Like, this has happened a lot. And you've spoken about it before.
Some might say this is the life cycle of a music industry. You remember how do you remember how we used to learn about the life cycle of a butterfly or a caterpillar or or the life cycle of an insect? This is the pupa stage, this is the larva stage, and now this is the adult stage. So anyway, this is par for the course. And bro, maybe I don't want to sound so jaded and what's the word? Not pessimistic,
theorist. But let's go.
No. So one, congratulations to him, because that's a big decision to make, and you know, if he's indeed made this decision to, you know, turn his life towards God and express himself through gospel music, then all I can say is congratulations to him, and I hope he's successful in this new chapter of his life. That being said, I do know in this music industry of ours, like it's a money grab, because and I'm not saying this is what Prezzo is doing. Now this is separate, like, because you know, our music industry is set up in such a way that the gospel industry generates far more income than any other sector in the industry. Because, bro, I'm telling you, the money in those gospel circles, bro, it's immense. And, you know, they do so many shows, and the reach is so much bigger than just Nairobi, you know, and that's why I think they thrive, because they are appealing to the whole country. And you know, a lot of artists always do the whole I'm turning to gospel thing, and then they make a bunch of money, and you always hope that it's authentic and it's genuine, you know.
I was about to say, like, so I get what you're saying in terms of, we see a lot of people who, it appears disingenuous. It appears like they're doing it for the money. My hope is always that when someone converts, and I'm not saying when someone converts, but then when someone decides to do this, that they're doing it for the right reasons and not because of money.
For real, yeah.
Because the problem with this is it gets attached to whatever faith the person is, like if he converts to Christianity now, if he ends up doing it for the wrong reasons, it looks like a money grab, then it becomes a thing of all Christians are and that doesn't do well for the religion itself, even though it doesn't need to be talked about. So yeah, it's, I mean, I do hope, I hope to see that there are fruits in, okay, now I'm speaking like I'm from the church. No, but I hope to see that it actually works out well in terms of, I'm not going to say too much about this because I don't want to get in trouble, but I'm not completely, no judgment whatsoever, but I'm not completely, excited about the kind of people he's already associating with, just because they already have they have their own controversies and whatnot, but I'll keep it quiet. I don't know. I hope to see it right.
Yeah.
I don't think it's always, to go against what you said, I don't think it's always a cash grab. I think some people might start well, and then, like many other things, they just get lost in between. But I'm hoping it's not a cash grab. I really do hope that he's, I mean, if it's a genuine thing, that I hope that it's not for money or for clout or whatever.
Yeah. And obviously, I would hope, and I'm relatively positive that he's doing this for the right reasons. Bro, listen. There's only 4 ways in which a music industry or a musician's career goes or plays out in the Kenyan music industry. Not 4 ways, 3 ways. No, actually 4 ways. Way number 1 is what we've just observed. where you start out in the secular world and then you mature and your audiences mature and maybe they're not feeling the type of music you used to make, and then you decide to go into gospel. We've seen that happen a lot. The likes of Size 8 and all those things, you know what I mean? 2, you become a DJ. That is one of the most common pathways we've seen in the industry. Honestly, I can't even name how many artists end up becoming DJs, and the reason why is because being a DJ actually has more structure and you get paid way more than being an artist, and you can secure gigs more often when you're a DJ as compared to when you're an artist. So that's the second way your career is going to go. The third way is you're gonna get into these corporate music industry rooms. So you're gonna end up being part of these, like, the camps, the or the CMOs, not to call out one of them, or you're just gonna be in the industry in some capacity as a higher up, and hopefully not become the very thing that you despised when you are a small artist.
Yeah, which reminds me, I forgot to mention, Collo is also like, he has a label. So it's just along that point, like he started a music label and he's sort of demoing himself before he like signs on the artist. So that's part of the game.
Yeah, that's part of the pipeline. And lastly is you just leave music altogether and do something more lucrative. Those are the 4 ways at which
at all.
point a music artist, well, there's exceptions and there's artists who just thrive being artists, but it's less common than we'd like it to be. So yeah, shout out to Prezzo.
And we've not heard the music too. He debuted a song at Reverend Natasha's the Empowerment Christian Church ECC in Nairobi. He debuted a song, but we've not heard it. Now see, that's what I'm waiting to hear. I want to hear what the music sounds like.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be good. So I heard a snippet of him rapping. So we'll see. I mean, in other news, I'm just gonna mention this. Like, this isn't like something we're gonna go deep into, but there's more KAMP KECOBO drama. I think KAMP are getting very fed up with KECOBO because KECOBO aren't holding their end of the deals. Because they had taken KECOBO to court, and they're now accusing them of not respecting the orders. Because KECOBO had decided to give the permit to Pavrisk to collect our royalties for a year, but KAMP decided that was just, I was going to say unconstitutional, but it wasn't right. And so they took them to court and stuff like that. So, hey, this is a battle it just seems like it's going to be ongoing forever. All the while, what's happening to the money being collected, like, that's all we really want to know, Yeah. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, are the artists going to receive what they deserve?
Anyway, they also changed their name. They added copyright. They changed the name and added copyright and related rights to it. So it's now KAMP Copyright and Related Rights Limited. Which is a mouthful, but yeah. Hey,
there's so many changes and everything. It's so hard to keep
track of what's
everyone
going
is
on.
Changing their names. Everything is changing. It's like it's hard to even grasp what's going on anymore, man.
You can only hope.
I just want to be paid for my music.
Can just only hope that all of these things are positives for the industry. So Angela Ndambuki, chairperson, she has a lot on her head, man. She has the opportunity to do it right. So I really do hope she is.
But she's I think she's doing her best. She seems like she has good intentions, and I hope she's successful, because KECOBO and Pavrisk are in cahoots and they're just not. And MCSK's silence is very complicit. I don't like MCSK's silence in all of it. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm tired of that whole situation.
Yeah. Anyhow,
Yo,
Stop
Sam.
music.
New
Stop
music.
Let's talk music. That was a very, very, very exciting performance. All right, let's talk about drops, man. Let me see. First, shout out to Papa. That's a song I really enjoyed. Strut by Papa. Whoever played bass on that song needs
Killed it.
It's just all the groove in the world. So I definitely enjoyed that. Speaking of Vic West, Jofes, Tesla, who are, common collaborators with him, they dropped a song called, is that called Slido? I'm just going to say Slido. Is it Slido? Oh, goodness. I've painted myself into a corner with that one.
I think it's Slido. by the way.
Slido.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Utanyimwa by I Foolish, Harry Craze, and Caterpillar. That also dropped. Go listen to that joint. Who else did I pay attention to? Ruguru and Garvey dropped WMT.
Hey, Ruguru Tanya.
Yeah. Shout out to that. Sophian's.
I don't want to waste my time. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. No, do you want to? No, go ahead. Don't let me stop you.
No. Sorry.
All right. DJ Industrial Banger dropped a joint with Sofian Zhao called Karima. I think he also released something this week. I want to say but it's a different artist, not a Kenyan artist. And then Kim Life dropped a project called I Am Kim. That's a 7-track project. He has Boutros on there. It's interesting. I mean, we've talked about Kim Life on here. Definitely enjoy his music. So
he's definitely growing. I mean, now he's collaborating with the likes of Boutros. So let's see what the future holds for Mr. Kim Life.
But I mean, but we've seen him like in studio with the likes of Bien and other like bigger. Not let me say bigger, but then
but that's just seeing
exactly.
him in studio.
There's nothing
we have
released.
to listen, hear the music.
Exactly, there's nothing released.
Yeah, we have to hear the music. So that's why I'm saying this is now like an indicator that he's getting up there, which is positive.
Lastly, I think I'll just bring this up. Mrumbi. Actually, no. I'll bring up two more things. Mrumbi, Zenobia Sounds, and Basic City, which is, I guess, is that band, released I'll Be Your Summer.
Zenobia,
yeah. And then, finally, Aaron Rimbui dropped a project called Imani, which was really cool. I mean, it's instrumental. It's very jazzy. It's really nice. It's like Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning vibes. It's very chill. Go to a coffee shop, put Mr. Aaron Rumbi Imani in your ears, and just read a book. That's the vibes.
Sam, you've done a great job of saying all the songs that I don't even know if there's anything I can really add to that. I mean, Quiz released a song called One Jiggy. That was nice. I enjoyed it. Revamp, 1/4 of the collective Espresso, released a instrumental track called Caravan. Very, very nicely produced, if I do say so myself. There was the song Bali by Mora. Mora is an artist who we've been following on this podcast, and she's progressing. So shout out to Mora. Then there was, did you mention Acha Zitoke by Wakadinali and King Kaka? That also came out. 2 legendary names in the game. And that's the, I don't know if I listened to anything more than that in addition to what you already mentioned. But Sam, what do you think should be our pick for this week?
It was a decent week for drops. Savara. You have to say it right. Dropped a song called Show You Off, which was produced by himself and Hendricks. Yeah, man, this is this song. The vibe and the feel of this song is more like an older school type joint. It's a love song. He's talking about showing his girl off. Written by Bien. I don't know who this name is. And then Hendricks, Sam, and Savara. And Iwaya Tajiri, actually. Oh, man. Okay, so, dang. All right. And produced by, sorry, I'm just discovering things now. And produced by Savara, Hendricks, Sam, and Trevor Magak. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I played it a couple of times. It was pretty cool. The groove is dope. They sort of captured, I think, that sound that they were going for. It's like a specific old school feel to it. The synths that were used are not like the modern. They're more of like almost like the older style keyboards and the sounds that were on them that people used to produce on, almost like church sounds, sort of, in terms of the sounds that were picked for the song. And it was pretty cool. It was really cool, very catchy. The hook is really catchy, I think, and I think it might do well, like on TikToks and stuff like that, and TikToks on TikTok, like they'll eat it up. So I think we could play that. If you would allow us, if we would allow ourselves, we could play Show You Off by Savara.
This is Hendricks sound.
Halo, halo, nimekuja na tangazo. Muoneni kwa macho. Ameifunga milango ya roho yangu mama. Gala wanna show you off, show you off, show you off. Unawa finish kumalo. Gala wanna show you off, show you off, show you off. Unawa finish kumalo. No. Roho zimegongana. Ini ajali ya mapenzi. Si tulishapendana, ananienzi na muenzi. Alivyoumbika mashallah, katoto kanyota yani star, kanaleta mwangaza, sitaki kupoteza magita. Wachani ringi ya dunia. Halo, halo, nimekuja na tangazo. Muoneni kwa macho. Ameifunga milango ya roho yangu mama. Gala wanna show you off, show you off, show you off. Unawa finish kumalo. Gala wanna show you off, show you off, show you off. Unawa finish kumalo. Mapenzi yameja kwa hewa. Zimatana upunguze AC. Ni nani aliyekukera? Anaishi wapi nimtumie jeshi? Liapa sitapenda tena, lakini leo nafungua kesi. Songea karibu upesi. Sensi jukati yetu kuna 0 centimeter. Hakuna kilomita. Kiuno chako kinanita naitika. Moyo wangu sinyorita. Kati yetu kuna 0 centimeter. Hakuna kilomita. Kiuno chako kinanita naitika. Moyo wangu sinyorita. Halo, halo, nimekuja na tangazo. Muoneni kwa macho. Ameifunga milango ya roho yangu mama. Gala wanna show you off, show you off, show you off. Unawa finish kumalo. Gala wanna show you off, show you off, show you off. Unawa finish kumalo.
Savara with Show You Off. I wanna show you off, show you off, show you off. This is a fire joint, man. Shout out Savara. Shout out Savara. Shout out to Savara and all the people releasing music, man. Keep it going. Thank you for blessing our ears this week with music. Parting short.
Blessing our ear hairs, man. Sam, yo. What an episode, if I do say so
Why are you
myself.
reviewing our own episode?
I've said that phrase twice. This,
I do say so myself.
I don't know what's wrong
Well,
with
you
me, but
do.
yeah. But shout out to everybody who released music,
Yeah.
and most of all, shout out to you guys for listening to this podcast. Izzo. I want to bring back the 3 C's for your head tops. I need you guys to always be confident in your art, and I am gonna hold you at gunpoint to be confident in your art. If you're not confident in your art, who else will be confident? You. It has to start from you. Secondly, I need you to be consistent. Always know that if you're not consistent with the music, you will be forgotten. So if you are releasing music, make sure it's on a consistent basis. I have done very well to kind of just repeat myself there. Lastly, craft. Always strive to improve your craft. Every day, do something small that adds to what you're working towards. If you are in the business of making music, as I am, try and improve on it every day. Watch a 5-minute video on how to improve yourself. If you're in the music business, try and read up on interesting business facts and interesting like articles every day, and try and keep up. And just always work on your craft, because it all adds up to something.
Yep. That's a fact.
Sam.
Yeah, that's cool. So just there's something I wanted to bring up, and this is for like newer artists. Actually, not for new artists, it's for new and older artists in our space. I think we tend to surround ourselves with, and something I realized this week is we tend to surround ourselves with a lot of, I don't say yes men because that makes it sound negative, but a lot of people who are very supportive of our art and not always critically critiquing the stuff we do, right? So it's just important to surround yourself around people who make you feel nice about your music. That's definitely like that's a plus. Like, hey, I want you to tell me my song is good. I may know that it might not be amazing, but I need it. I need that positive validation. But it's also good to surround yourselves with a group of people or a person or people that you trust their opinions, who are going to give you the truth. I think this helps make the music better. It's very easy to stagnate and make the same type of songs because the people you're releasing it to, your fans and everything, they are going to eat it up. They're going to love it. But then how do you progress as an artist is you try and step into different spaces and grow sonically, grow in terms of your writing, your production, rollouts, the marketing, like everything. Like there's aspects that you can grow in, and there's examples everywhere. There's aspects that I can grow in and examples everywhere. So we desperately need that as an industry, is to be very critical, and I'm not saying it that way, but then be very truthful about the kind of stuff we're putting out and not just buddy it up all the time. I don't think that helps the industry. So yeah, man, go get people who will tell you your music is terrible, but then will say that they know you can make it better and actually try and help you get it done. So that was a bad way to put it.
Yeah. That's actually what Sam has said is important. It's not just bringing you down to say, oh, your music is bad, but like, or not where it needs to be, but also offering suggestions and ways in which it could be better. Because honestly, what Sam has said is so true, man. Like, I can't. Me and Sam could do a whole podcast about the words that he's just spoken. We really need to hold ourselves accountable, each other accountable, and be like,
facts.
yo, you could go harder, you could do better. Don't just think you're the shit just because everyone else is telling you are.
If you're comfortable, you're not growing. So
for real,
sleep
man.
on that one. That's episode 101.
101. And with those very, very pithy statements from Sam, we will see you guys on episode 102. We out.